Hello everyone, this is Just a Dad. Today I'll be doing an unboxing on this eufy RoboVac L35 Hybrid Plus. So they just released this. I'm pretty excited about it. This will be the unboxing and setup. I'll also use it for a while and let you know how it does. Now supposedly this will mop your floor and pick up dog hair off of carpet. Okay, so it comes in a really big box with a handle. I'm going to open it up, take everything out. Okay, so on the top was this. There's a box that's got a bunch of stuff in it, and here's like the unit. I love that they put a handle on it. Wow, that's heavy. That's the actual robot. Okay, so that's heavy. You're going to slide this out onto your countertop. And we got the manual, and there's the robot. So in the bottom of the box, looks like there's a filter. We've got some parts. Okay, so the robot looks really cool. If you like bright, shiny things, that looks really cool. Here's everything that came in. We got this pad. There's the unit. That's not super heavy, and this piece of plastic. And here's what the bottom of it looks like. Yeah, so it's got the traditional vacuum cleaner part, but this is a pad that it's going to put liquid down and mop. There's the chamber. Wow, I am super excited about this. Okay, so there's these pads. Let's take these out between they say remove. They're in way of the bumper. Okay, so we got to open this up. We got some stuff in here. We got some cables, which the manual doesn't really talk about. Okay, so one of those was the power cord, and you're going to plug it in. It's positioned one way. Plug it in like that. So it did come with a bag. We got to put the bag in first. You do get 2 bags, but you only need 1. Okay, so these bags are like squares, and it's got the opening here, but you want to kind of make it into a little square. Because see, here's where that opening is going to go. Here's what it looks. So you're going to slide this down in there. So the end this is a pull tab. Whenever you're ready to remove the bag, you're going to pull that. That's going to close it off. So this has to go at the top. So you'll put it in like that. And there's a little groove for that cardboard to slide into. So it should be just about flush right there, and then you can close that. Okay, so you're supposed to put the plastic down. Now, there's these sticky pads. You're supposed to remove this. That's going to stick to that pad right there. You know what? I found it easier just to get the plastic, turn it upside down. There's these little pads on the bottom. These are like rubber pads. And then just stick it, because there's kind of a cutout here, here, and here for that. So then I found that a little easier. Okay, so I've got it plugged in, and this little blue light is on. Okay, so now we need to install the sweepers. So they've got marks left, and there's an L on the robot. So you're just simply going to come over here, press it down. Nope, got it wrong. Oh, the right is gray. I was wondering why there was 2 different colors. The dark blue is left and the gray is right. Makes sense now. So they send you an extra set. Okay, so let's just look at it. It's got a power button. Looks like some radar there. We've got this comes off. Looks like we've got a filter. We can put the solution right there. There's a connection. That's for charging, looks like. Those were kind of dirty. Okay, so when you open this, you pull this little tab here. There's a filter. It does come with an extra filter. So we put the filter in there with that little thing poking up, and put this piece of foam over it. And then this goes on with the little tab. It's already installed. I was just checking it. Okay, so there's kind of the vacuum brush head. Again, this is that pad that's going to go up and down. Okay, so let's slide this in. Okay, so let's go put it on a charging station. You're going to put it with the power button. You're going to slide it in like that. It didn't say anything about turning it on first. Okay, so if you press and hold that, then the light comes on. Okay, so the directions are not super clear. I'm a little disappointed in the directions. The mop comes installed, but it covers up the charging connections for the back. You have charging connections in the front, but the only way it empties it is in the back. See, there's the base. Now, the way I removed these, there's little tabs. You press in these little tabs. You got to press both of them in, and it removes them.
Mop installed.
Okay, I'm going to take the mop off, put it around the back. Okay, so now it says download the eufy app. Okay, so I've got the eufy app installed on my tablet. You've got to log in with a username and password. Now it says on the robot, we got to hold the power and the up arrow for 10 seconds to start the Wi-Fi connection. Okay, so press both these at the same time.
The Wi-Fi has been reset. Follow the instructions on the app to connect to a network.
Hit the little plus button here. Robot vacuum. It's the L35 hybrid. Okay, so you got to click, it took a little bit, but you got to click that little arrow and it'll show your Wi-Fi networks. Click the Wi-Fi network you want to log into. Okay, so now it's telling me to hold the two buttons. Click the little status confirmed button next. Okay, so even though I had pressed those earlier, it still found it. So click the add button. Okay, so when you see this screen, go to your Wi-Fi settings, and then it'll drop down all the Wi-Fi networks that are available. Click on the eufy RoboVac Wi-Fi. You're going to now log into the RobotVac. It's transmitting a Wi-Fi, and you got to select it so that your phone or tablet will log into it. I was thinking it wanted me to click on my Wi-Fi network, but you do that earlier in the setup. But at this point, you click on the robot Wi-Fi. So you got to click on this Wi-Fi. I was thinking you had to be connected to my Wi-Fi. I got to select the robot Wi-Fi. Now when I hit,
Connecting, please wait.
Now it's connecting. So you got to select the Wi-Fi that's being transmitted by the robot, not your Wi-Fi.
It's fully connected.
Okay, so once you got this connected to the Wi-Fi, using the eufy app is the main way you're going to talk to this. Because you got to go in and set your maps and things. But this thing, it empties itself. It turns around, empties itself, and then it turns around and docks this way. So it charges and is always resting on the station with the power button and that button up there. Now, I understand the reason for this now. Originally, I didn't understand the reason for it. That's so you can come up here and take this, so that you can take this on and off. If this was turned around where it was sucking the stuff out all the time, then you wouldn't be able to take that mop on and off. So, and this is another thing. When you take this mop off, so what happened is I mopped the floor with it, and it wasn't able to empty the stuff inside the container here. So now it's going to, since I removed this, it's going to back up. It's going to empty out the waste bin inside here. Then it's going to turn back around so that it can charge, because it doesn't dock this way. It only docks this way to evacuate the stuff. Okay, so the dust collection's completed. Now it's got to turn around so that it can charge itself. Okay, so now it's docked and it's going to charge.
Charging.
Okay, this is how it's going to be all the time. So you can come up here and you can remove this.
Vacuum container removed.
You can put water in here. You cannot put any kind of soap in here, but you can put water in there. And then there's the dust. There's where it collects the debris and all that stuff. I'm not quite sure exactly where the water comes out. Okay, so there's little pinholes right here and here. And it looks like those are going to line up with these to let water down to this rag here that sits. There might even be a third one. Yeah, there's 3 pinholes where the water comes out. This is just a little different looking. And again, there's where the dry debris is kept below the water. So you got like an area of water, like the water tank, and the debris. And that's where the... So let's put this back on. It can be...
Vacuum container inserted.
And now when I want to insert this, it's in the proper position. All I got to do is come up here and click it on.
Mop installed.
Now I can do the mopping of the floor. But most of the time when you're picking up dirt and debris,
Mop removed.
this is going to be off so that it can access. So because the bottom back here is where it sucks the stuff out. So it's got to be able to access that. If this is installed, it can't suck the debris out. And a good point is I've got this located on my carpet. I've got linoleum in the kitchen, so it has to travel from here to the kitchen. And when it's doing that, it will get your carpet wet. So it's really best to locate this on the linoleum. It can clean carpet very good, but when you want to do the mopping, you want to locate it on you want this by the linoleum. Okay, so here is the eufy app. You'll find your robot right there. Now it does have to map your house first, but it does a really good job mapping your house. This is an excellent map of my house. And then you can go in and edit the map. So it's a little tricky, but you click this little button here, then you can manage edit room. So you pick those different rooms you want and then add a name for them. And this is also where you can put different things. Let's go back. You can add different, let's click this. You can add no-go zones. So you can add no mop zone, virtual boundary, or a no-go zone. So back to this page, this is where you're going to start the vacuum. So if you want it to clean, it's going to clean all the rooms when you press that, but we can just do rooms. Since I've got the mop head installed, I'm going to put kitchen because I've got all the boundaries set. Now you want to make sure and put little no mop zones around rugs. With that mop head installed, if you've got a rug, they do struggle with rugs. It has to be perfectly kind of like flat surface. So you'll see in there, I put these zones, these no mop zones wherever a rug is. Okay, so I told the mop to come clean the kitchen, and I've got the mop head installed. Now it is vacuuming and mopping. So in front of it, it will vacuum and it will pick up debris, but then it's going to start mopping. And you can control the water, how much water it's putting down. Again, any kind of a rug, it really struggles with. Now, it doesn't struggle with the rugs when the mop head's off. It's just when that mop head's on, it doesn't have very much clearance. And then I love this virtual map. It maps where it is on it. And it's very accurate. And then we can go to modes. Here's where the water level. I can have it put down more water level, medium or maximum. And the suction, I can even change the suction. Okay, so I increased the suction power and the water that it's putting down. Okay, so let's go back, and then it kind of shows you exactly where it's been on the map. That is a very nice feature. So if you click on the little settings button up here, there's all kinds of different things. You can manage the map, set a schedule. I do recommend putting the do not disturb on, because if it's got auto return cleaning, sometimes it will just kick on after it's charged the battery because it didn't finish the clean. So I recommend putting the do not disturb on, or it may start in the middle of the night on you. Now I can pause it. So that just pauses it, or I can tell it to go home. Room clean in progress, yeah, in the room clean and go home. Okay, so this looks like a really nice vacuum. There's a lot to learn about it. I hope this video helps. Thanks everybody for watching.